Want to see how to whip up a post-workout meal in 5 minutes? I'm going to show you how to do it. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make a post-workout meal in 5 minutes. I like using a panini press to make some seitan. This is kind of a broy meal, so it's going to be like chicken, vegetables, potatoes. Whole foods, delicious, nutritious, low in fat, so it's great and ideal for post-workout. Anyway, let me show you what's going on. So I'm going to open this one up over here. And if you don't have a panini press, you can also use a pan. I like pressing it so it gets extra crispy. All right, so I sprayed some cooking spray. While that's heating up, I'm going to get my dry ingredients, and I have some seitan, 45 grams worth. I'm going to mix that up with some nutritional yeast, about a tablespoon's worth of that. It's high in B vitamins, and some PB2, tablespoon of PB2. Now is where you can get creative with it. Me personally, I like using some poultry seasoning. I'll just mix a little bit of that in, maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon worth, whatever. I just eyeball it. And you could use any kind of seasoning you want. Whatever you mix it up with, it'll take the flavor of that. My favorite thing about being vegan is that I get to make my own meat. Seriously, really cool. All right, so that's about mixed up enough by now. And I'm gonna go ahead and toss a 1/2 cup of water into the mix. And if you move fast enough, you really can make this whole meal in about 5 minutes. It's okay if the ingredients wind up a little bit wet, not a big deal. And once this wet and dry mixture is fully mixed up, go ahead and toss in the panini press. And here we go. The mixture might be a little bit wet, which is not a big deal. And go ahead and I'm gonna form this into like chicken cutlet. And in about 5 minutes, that will be done. I'm gonna go move over to the oven and go ahead and make my vegetables and go ahead and make my potato real fast. And I'll show you how I do it. While that seitan is cooking up, I'm gonna go ahead and get a potato, wrap it up in a paper towel, put some water on it, toss that on a plate, and pop that in the microwave for 5 minutes. All right, gotta keep moving fast. Next step, get some water, and I'm gonna go ahead and steam some veggies. I'm using collard greens today. I usually switch it off between collard greens, kale, any dark green leafy, honestly. Put that on high until it comes to a boil. Everything will be done right around the 5-minute mark, actually. So yeah, when you're on the go and you need something real fast and you want to whip up something real quick and you don't have anything pre-prepared or batch cooked, you don't have time to meal prep, and you still want to be on your grind, this meal is helpful for times like that. So you can still go ahead and get your protein on in a nice post-workout meal with something that is nutritionally dense, delicious, fast, super easy to make. Once the greens come to a boil, you really only want to steam them for like 1 to 3 minutes. You don't want to cook all the nutrition out of the greens. So I'm just going to turn this off, let that simmer for a minute, drain it, and just whip up everything together. I'll be back. All right, if you heard that beep, that was my timer telling me that my meat is done. Now you can actually cook this for up to 7 to 10 minutes if you want a little more crispy. Play around with it. The recipe is very versatile. You can change the seasonings up. You can change how long you cook it. This is the way that I like it. And now I'm going to prepare my meat. I'm gonna cut it up a little bit into some slices, like some chicken strips. And that looks good. You get a whole lot of bang for your buck with just 45 grams of gluten, 40 grams of protein, and you know exactly where my meat came from. So there's my chicken strips. Back to my veggies. I'm gonna go ahead and drain these. Toss those on the plate. Nice. Now, next, I'm gonna grab my hot potato. Woo. And just like that, that potato is cooked. Cut that potato up real fast. Toss that on the plate. And this is just about done. If I wanted to, maybe I would put some Dairy cheese on the potatoes, but I'm gonna opt out of that because I don't wanna add any fat to the dish. I wanna keep it low fat, that way this food goes right to my muscles right after I train. I am, however, going to put a little bit of nutritional yeast on the veggies for texture and flavor. It gives it a cheesy, nutty flavor, good flavor and good texture to those colors. Now, I'm actually gonna, don't tell Danny, I'm gonna steal her favorite ramekin. She's very particular about this ramekin. And toss a little bit of ketchup in there to enjoy with my potatoes. And voila, just like that, I have a post-workout meal whipped up in 5 minutes flat. Super easy to make, super delicious, super nutritious. I'm gonna go ahead and say there's about 40 to 50 grams of protein in this meal, about maybe 30 grams of carbs, and it's very nutritionally dense. I'm gonna go ahead and put this up in MyFitnessPal to see how accurate I am with this one, because sometimes I'm more intuitive and mindful as opposed to trying to calculate and track. However, I think that the best part about this meal that makes it so versatile is that you can just add and pile on more and more potatoes onto your plate to get the carb count up, because you want to get a nice amount of carbs in your post-workout meal. However, you don't want to get any more protein than say 20 to 40 grams, no matter who you are. And obviously the veggies are what they are. They're going to be satiating and high in vitamins. Okay, there is 50 grams of protein, 60 grams of carbs, and less than 1 gram of fat in this meal. That is awesome. Now, if you want more carbs, each small potato is about 30 grams of carbs. So instead of cooking up one, cook up maybe 2, 3, or 4, and that's it. It doesn't matter if you're bulking, cutting, whoever you are, this meal will work for you. And the only thing that you need to modify in this meal is maybe making half a batch of seitan, depending on how much protein you want to get in, and also doubling or tripling up, or maybe even quadrupling up the potato, depending on your caloric needs. So that's it. I hope that you like this video. We'll look to make more real quick recipes that you can make in a snap when you don't have time to meal prep or batch cook food, which happens, right? And yeah, hope that you enjoy this. Maybe next time we'll make a pre-workout meal. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll keep you updated.